Hello, 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 hello. Hello, Kate. How are you? Hey, Angie. Hi, and I leave. I admire people that can journal regularly and goal plan regularly. It is a very difficult thing for me to do. I can't stick to anything like that. Eating pistachios, I like pistachios, but they're very popular. Lots of people like them. I thought I was hearing something, but like I'm kind of sitting near the back door, which leads from the dining room, and there's apparently children playing outside because I could just hear like a bunch of kids, which is weird. Normally, I don't hear kids in the back. Like I would normally hear kids like in the front. So that's just a little strange because like behind our house, there's like a trail, and then you see the backside of the houses from the next street. So it's a little disturbing too to think that there are kids out there possibly in that trail area or just out there in the dark right now. I don't know. I guess because when I was raised, you were inside before it got dark. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like planning, but for the goal. Yeah. That's why I've never been able to stick to like I've had goal journals. Um, I would never buy a goal based planner because I know I'm not gonna stick to something like that. It's just not gonna happen. It's very difficult. Like even with this December daily thing, it has been difficult for me to like kind of journal and memory keep daily because that's just not something. It's just not something that I do. So it's just hard for me to stick to anything like that. Like I was never the girl that kept a diary. I had no desire in keeping a diary. I tried keeping a digital one before. That did not last long at all. I just can't. I literally bought that Botanicals mini planner for journaling, and I couldn't even stick to that. And that beautiful, beautiful little planner has just kind of gone to waste. It's just been sitting. Yeah, that when I heard how intense the cultivate what matters thing is, I was like, there's no way. Like I and then they're kind of pricey if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that kind of money on something that I'm just not gonna use. Yeah, I took one of my old mini planners and had started like practicing brush lettering in that so that the pages weren't a waste, or I kept it like in my bed. So like if I needed to jot down notes or something real quick, I would use it for that. So it wasn't a complete waste of that one, but I do have three minis that haven't really been used. And I was using the whole Haponichi planner for on the go, and I don't even know if I want to continue that for next year But then I'm like, you've got all this half sheet, classic half sheet filler paper because of the whole Haponichi craze. And that was the one bandwagon thing that I bought into. And I wish I hadn't bought into it because it grew a lot of people's channels. And I was like, that's why people's channels weren't, because literally that's what grew a lot of people's channels. And I guess I jumped on that too late because there was no growth in my channel because of Haponichi. And then not being able to just go like we used to go, I don't really feel the need to have an on the go planner anymore. It's like if I need to go somewhere, let me just jot it down in my catch all planner. So I don't even know. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, I haven't done a planner lineup because Kate had me thinking about it when she was talking about her planner lineup. And I was like, I don't even know if I want to use the Haponichi anymore. I haven't really used it since this whole pandemic went down. I started using it for a while and I was like kind of doing like a mood tracking thing. Hey Sherry, hey Christy. So I was kind of doing like a mood tracker thing and doing like a one word of the day to track my mood. But I bought a whole traveler's notebook from Planners Anonymous that is all based on their note to self kit, which was all about self-care. And so I'm like, if I'm going to use anything for journaling or self-care or anything, I might as well use that planner. I haven't even set that planner up yet. So I need to go ahead and set that up and use that for self-care. And if I don't do nothing but kind of what I was doing in the Haponichi when all this stuff went down, write like one word of how I feel for the day, or write one statement of how I took care of myself that day. Because heavy journaling, that's not going to happen for me. I'm not, I guess because I've always been a person to speak my mind, it's kind of weird for me to write it all down. I don't know. I can't stick to anything like that really. So I can do like a one word a day or something like that. And then I also thought too, when I set that planner up and use it for self-care, that I can even use the monthly as a mood tracker. I saw Mary Ellen over at Planning with Bumble do that. It was in November. She drew like different types of leaves and she did a little key for what each color meant. And she drew a leaf in every day of the monthly and colored the leaf in every day. And I was like, that's an easy way to track a mood, you know. I don't know. So maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know, but I need to use what I have. And that's part of the reason why I still want to use the Haponichi, because I have all of that half sheet paper, like tons of it. But then I was thinking too, I was trying to think, well, is there any way for me to cut it down to the size of the Skinny Mini? Because, you know, Christy gave me like a Skinny Mini with the note paper in there. And I was thinking maybe I can, and that little Skinny Mini fits very well in the other traveler's notebook that I use as my wallet. So I'm thinking maybe I'll just use that. I take that wallet with me on the go every day and I can just use that for my on the go and find a way to repurpose all that classic size half sheet paper to mini size. So I'm going to try it out, see like how many pieces I could get for a Skinny Mini out of there. We'll see. Yeah, she does have creative mood trackers all the time. And I like how Michelle does hers too. Michelle has inspired me to want to do it, but I keep hesitating. Then I don't know. Because Mary Ellen just showed too where she did a Michael's class and she did like Christmas lights, but she used those as a savings tracker. And I was like, that would have been a perfect mood tracker. So she did strings of Christmas lights. And I'm like, man, that would have been a perfect mood tracker for December. Why didn't I think of that idea? I use my skinny for list. Yeah, I'm thinking just using that for on the go because it fits perfectly in that week's planner that I had. Yeah, I don't know that I will like continue like filming a skinny classic if I still decide to use it, or even a skinny mini for that matter. Um, I kind of want to scale back on the different types of plan with me's that I was doing. I started looking at my playlist and I'm like, I don't even do half of that stuff anymore, you know? Um, but yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of decisions to make about my channel for the new year because I've gotten very frustrated with it. And I just kind of get a little irritated with as much work as I put into it and I'm at with it. And I try not to let that get to me, but it is a little irritating. I love watching your big calculator. Oh no, I love having the big planner. Now, all those traveler's notebooks I have, I could definitely use one of those as my catch-all. But I love having the big planner. I was leery when I started using it this year, but I absolutely love it. Absolutely. Yeah, like Kate, even today, even what the last 2 to 3 days, I have dropped every day in my subscriber count. Every day. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And I felt like as soon as I got close to 900, I felt like everything just went to hell. And it was just like fluctuating numbers, fluctuating numbers. We would go, next thing you know, you've lost 8 dang subscribers in a day. And it's just like, are you serious? As soon as, I mean, I was this close to 900. I was at like 898 or something like that. And I'm just like, what in the hell is going on here? And I kid you not, we were on somebody's live. I can't remember whose live it was. It was a lot of us on some. I think it was a live Larissa had. And we were all talking about, subscribing to each other's channels. And several of us subscribed to each other's channels while we were sitting there on Larissa's live. And I kid you not, within days, the amount of subscribers that I got from that live dropped, and I even went below where I was. And I was like, what in the heck is going on here? Like, and it's YouTube. It's YouTube. And so I'm just like, I've gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't even care anymore. And my main goal for getting 1,000 it wasn't always about being monetized. My main goal was to be able to comfortably film from and go live from my cell phone. I've tried different apps and stuff, and they don't work well from my cell phone. That was always my main goal, not even monetization. And so it's just like, you know what, whatever. At this point, I'm just so over it. I mean, yes, I can go live on my tablet. I don't have a mount to work with my tablet the way that I want to. And even the latest mount that I purchased, if I use it the way that that mount is set up, I can't see what's going on at all. Like I would literally have to do like this and look up under and make sure everything's good to go. And I don't want to be doing that. Let's see. How does that daily tracker? So I've been the daily tracker, I've actually been using that for work. Our students have to do this, what we call a daily reflection every day for their attendance. And so when this second grading period started, they decided we would start giving them a grade for that. But we only give them 20 points. So within a week, they can get up to 100 points for it. And because I can only give them 20 points a day, and it's an accumulative grade. It's not like I can put it in the grade book. And I don't want to put it in like, okay, you got the 20 that day. And then I go in and keep adjusting it because kids are going to think, oh, I got a 20 on something. And so I wait to the end of the week and I total it all up and put it in there. So I've been using that tracker to list what they get every day. So, and since they decided to start making it for a grade, my thing is, if you just put your name in there and you don't answer the questions, I'm still going to count you present for attendance because we're supposed to count them present regardless. As long as they do anything, they blink, we're supposed to count them present for attendance. But if they don't answer my questions, you get 0 points. If you don't answer my questions correctly, you don't get points for the ones that you, and because my whole thing is, you're supposed to fill this out after you've watched these videos that I've spent my time pre-recording for you. And if you don't watch the videos to get the correct answers, I don't give you credit. And if you're giving me an internet answer, I'm not giving you full credit because the whole point was you're supposed to watch the video. So, but yeah, that's what I've been using those trackers for. And so I list my score for them every day and then total it up at the end of the week. One thing you can do is ask Tamara from the Paper Pen Girl to be included in our next collaboration. People get a lot of subscribers from that. Yeah. I wonder sometimes YouTube. I don't know what they're doing, Sherry, with this subscriber count, but I literally watched. If I'm not mistaken, when that happened that day on Larissa's live, I want to say it happened within the same day, like within minutes of me getting off the live. Minutes and hours. I think it was the same day. And the count it's like everyone that had just subscribed, it's like they took them all. And literally every day this week, the count has gone down. Every day so far in the last 3 days, it has gone down every single day. It's crazy. But what gets me about that, Kate, though, is I'm like, okay, so I'm supposed to just believe that it had nothing to do with all of these subscribers that I just happened to get during that live, because the timing was very suspect for me. That's what bothered me. And I've done collabs, and I'm going to be honest, I've not gotten a lot of subscribers from collabs all the time either. Even lately, I feel like my videos aren't even being put out there for view. Even my views have been so low over the past week. And I'm just like, what in the world is going on? Like, is anybody seeing this? Like, but I just keep rolling with the punches. Just like, whatever. I've had a few collabs that have gotten me a lot, but not all of them. Not all of them. Are you sharing YouTube on your from your phone? Get this crazy notification. You think most times that most people from the morning to go right to. Oh, okay. Cool. That's cool. Yeah, I'm like, it just got frustrating because I'm like, I'm almost there. And no, I don't get all the views, I don't get all the likes, and I'm okay with that. But this continuous fluctuation and like I said, what is suspect for me is it usually happens after I've gotten like a steady little increase of subscribers, and all of a sudden they're gone. TubeBuddy. Oh, TubeBuddy. No, I never heard of it. Yeah. But I just find it really strange in the last week, like very, very, very low views. And I'm like, what? You would think that these were the instructional videos that I put up at work that the kids don't watch. You know what I mean? And it's like, seriously? They have channel here too. I'll have to check that out. Definitely have to check that out. But yeah, it does get frustrating at times, but then at other times I'm just like, whatever. Sometimes the way I look at it is, it's gonna be what God wants it to be. Yeah, I don't get what I can compare the number of views that I got in my first few months with my channel were way more than I get now. Like extremely more, and it's like, what the hell happened? I have some suspicion, and this was something that I suspected a while back, that, um, that there was some behind the scenes stuff going on, some interference with my channel, but I'd rather not speak on that. It was just something that God kind of just revealed to me, and I started putting pieces of puzzles together, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, something ain't right here. But I don't let that get to me though. Yeah, it is. It's overly saturated. And you know what else I think has been a problem lately too? Is that damn Disney release. That is all that people are wanting to watch, the Disney release. So anytime somebody puts up a video about the Disney release, when was it? When they came with that winter release just recently, even I got on YouTube that day during my lunch, and that's all that I saw. That was all that came up. That's all that was recommended. And I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to see this. Like, that's all there was on there that day. I was like, oh my gosh. But yeah, that I think that was last week, wasn't it? Or the week before, when they had that winter release, and it was just all over the place. And I was like, oh my God. Yes, I do sometimes watch planner videos during my lunch, but sometimes I watch other stuff. And that was all that was popping up that day. And I was just so disgusted by it. I was like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Yeah. I think, and I've seen other people channels completely grow from their collabs and the people that they work with. I've seen that, but when I've done collabs and stuff like that, I didn't have that same um experience. But there's a lot of different factors, I think, that go into why certain channels grow and others do not. And as I was stating in one of my last videos, there's a lot of things that I could do and could have done to grow my channel, but they were things that I just didn't feel comfortable with doing. So yeah. Yeah, I used to watch a ton of the channels, but I don't watch too many of the big channels, because when we all started trying to support the small channels, that's what I did. And this is something else that I thought about today. And I was like, am I tripping, or is this really? I noticed that when I start sometimes watching a small channel, all of a sudden that channel just starts growing like crazy, right? All of a sudden the number, and I mean just jumping, pew, pew, pew. And I'm like, what the what? What? I just need about 100 more, and I can't even get there. And I'll start watching some of these small channels, and they'll have 100 within a month, an increase of 100 within a month. And I'm like, that's all I really need. I don't think big channels support either. And it's kind of frustrating, because it's like, you were small once. Everybody had to start from somewhere, you know. And then another thing that I've kind of noticed about some big channels, they will only support those people that are like their groupies. That's the nicest way I can say it. That is the nicest way I'm going to say that. I noticed that if you're like a groupie, they might support you, shout you out. Yeah. So I stopped watching a lot of the bigger. There are some of the bigger ones that I still watch. And there's one big channel. I will not speak on it right now. And I'm starting to get more and more frustrated and disgusted with that channel. And I probably am going to end up not watching that channel anymore. Because it's like I think when you first get into the community, you want to watch everything and everybody so you can get all these different ideas and different aspects on how people plan. But then the more and more I watch this one channel, I'm like, you don't do anything fascinating, really. Like, you're really not doing anything fascinating. I can bet on almost everything that you're going to do in this video. You're going to put some stickers directly in the box. You're going to cut a sticker because you got to cut a sticker every single video. You're going to cut a sticker. And then it's just another aspect to this channel that really bothers me. So I was thinking about it today, watching one of their videos, like, I'm probably going to stop watching this channel. Probably going to stop watching this channel. Oh, thanks, Angie. So yeah, it's because if I'm going to talk about big, there is, and I know some might call me petty, but I've literally stopped watching channels for the strangest reasons. If your lighting is horrible, I can't watch your channel. And I don't mean where the lighting is dark. I mean that you have your stuff too bright. I do not want to watch your channel if your stuff is too bright. I'm sorry. I don't want to see that. I've literally stopped watching a channel for that reason. Literally. I'm just like, Oh, if you can't hear. A video I watched today, the volume kept going low, and then it go high, and then it go low, and then it go high, and I was like, what in the world? I thought I'd accidentally turned down the volume on my phone, and I was like, no, it's not me. So I was just like, okay, all right. I will not watch people that I think are too full of themselves either. Or if I don't think somebody's being genuinely and authentically themselves, it will turn me off and I won't watch. Or if I think that somebody is being rude to people that are there supporting their channel, I won't watch. If you have let your YouTube stardom get to your head, I will not watch you. Sorry, can't do it. Yeah, I won't watch. I've seen people go from being, really nice people to watch to it just all go to their head, and I just can't. I like humble people. Don't let it go to your head. I'll never forget, like, my most viewed video is a review video I did on a camera that some of my former students purchased for me as a going away gift. That is still to this day my number one viewed video. And I'll never forget one time I was responding to somebody's comment, and the girl like lost her mind. Oh my God, I can't believe a YouTuber responded to me. And I was just confused. And I was like, why would she say that? And I said, well, I try to respond to all of my comments if possible. And she's like, I know, I just can't believe it. And I said to myself, is she fascinated because she sees the number of views on this video? I'm not a big YouTuber and I'm a very down to earth person. I don't care if I had a channel with 1 million subscribers. I'm still going to be Tamika because I don't know how to be anybody else. I don't know how to be anybody else. Oh, I don't like that whispering either, Christy. Oh my God. I can't. I had an episode on something like that. Yes, the social media monster. Yes, I said I was going to come back and talk about that again someday. But I've seen that monster get to people on YouTube. I've seen it get to people on Facebook. And then, something else, I said, you know what? Some people need the attention that they get from social media. They need it. They need it. And so maybe God just provides it for them. I don't know. But I'm one of those people, I can see through so much. And you can't believe how much I have seen through just from watching people's videos. And I just sit back sometimes and I wonder, am I the only one that sees this? Am I the only one that notices this? But I can read it all just from watching a video. I can read it all. Another thing that irritates me is and I know I'm a perfectionist, like when it comes to my spreads and stuff. But one thing that really bothers me is somebody that just seems very staged and orchestrated, and you're trying too hard to just go through with this exact plan that you had. I mean, we all want to try to remember to put in everything that we wanted to put into our videos or say everything that we wanted to say. But even like when I did my first video for my December daily, I had a whole plan mapped out that was literally taped to my desk right in front of my face. And I still didn't do it the way I planned it out. But you know what? I rolled with it. Like the time I made the presents, I think that was last Christmas. I tried to do the Bujo spread with the presents and the bows looked like lobster claws. I don't know if y'all remember that. And I literally lost my mind in that video and could not stop laughing. I just rolled with it. Now, I did recently not put up a video because the plan with me just went that wrong. It was, I used a print pray slate digital kit. And when I tell y'all the devil was mad, the devil was so mad that I was using that faith-based kit. Everything that could go wrong during that plan with me went wrong. And the main reason that I didn't post a video was not because of everything going wrong. I already decided I was just going to leave it all in, but I started getting so frustrated. My tone got ugly. And so I just decided I'm not going to post this video. But I did post like the spread and everything on my Instagram. But yeah, I try to go with the flow sometimes. But I've seen some people, it is just like, you're just trying too hard. Just relax and just go with it. I don't like stuff to be so orchestrated. I don't know. That bothers me. Let's see. I like humble people also. I stopped watching a couple days because when they got big, yes, totally changed. Totally changed. It was ridiculous. I notice a lot of big YouTubers don't respond either. And I can understand they probably get tons of comments and they probably can't respond to all of them. But I don't really comment really on big YouTubers videos much anyways. My most views has been Walking While Black. 15,000. Yeah. I'm getting sucked into it and agitated. Yeah, just take a step back. Oh, what is the snack of the week? The snack of the week. Angie, thanks for that one. Good old salt water taffy. I did get these from Buc-ee's. I wasn't going to show y'all that at first because I'm like, they're going to be like, dang it, she got them from Buc-ee's. But you can get saltwater taffy anywhere. And when I tell you Buc-ee's had like all kinds of flavors, and then this was like the assorted pack. So we went ahead and got the assorted pack. But they had all kinds of flavors. And these are really good. These are some really good, authentic saltwater taffies. Now, I was showing them to my godson when he came over. And he was like, I don't like those. But I think at the time he just kind of had an attitude because he couldn't get on the computer when he wanted to at the moment because his little weasel butt was sure eating up those saltwater taffies while he was here. Hey, it's a budget. Hi. Just go to the Oregon coast. Oh, really? They're prominent there? Oh, that sounds delicious. Directly at the beach shops. You know, I didn't think to check that when like I was in Mississippi near the beach. I was in Connecticut near the beach. I didn't think to check for something like that near the beach. But yeah, these are really good. There was one that was kind of like, it had like brown and pink and white. That one was really good, but I think we ate all of those. Yeah, I think we ate everything. I wonder if this one is like a dreamsicle. This orange one here. Oh, I need to try that one. But yeah. Oh, here's the one I was talking about. Let me show that to y'all. This one is really, really good. This one right here. It's got the brown. Oh, it just tastes so good. Oh, you have crowns? Girl, I'm sure I have a cavity right now, and I shouldn't be eating anything sweet. I'm sure of that. That's so Atlantic City. That I've heard that before. I've never been in Jersey. I rode through New York when I did my little road trip across the country last year. Just rode through New York. I didn't even stop in there, but I've never been to Jersey. And I've heard that about Atlantic City. That would be an awesome place to visit someday. If we'll see. I am born and bred from there. Oh, Jersey girl. Yes. I've been in Texas all my life. I am a serious Texas girl. Although people don't believe that I'm from Texas. I don't know why they don't. I've heard a lot of people tell me that they think I come from the East Coast and like, really? Do you not hear me say y'all all the time? I'm definitely not from the East Coast. I need to do another recipe video for you guys. I did the one on the hot chocolate muffins. So if any of y'all try those, let me know what you think about them. But I have like a side dish one that I want to do before the holidays. So I need to look into doing that. And I know we were talking about that new winter release. Is anybody getting anything from that new winter release? I can say this because I don't think my brother watches my videos or my sister-in-law, but I got my sister-in-law that garden planner and then the little accessory pack. So she loves to garden. So I got her that because Joann's had it. But they didn't have it on sale, but they did have a 50% off coupon off one item. So I used the coupon to get the discount on the planner. If you go hit me up because there are a lot of bad places in okay. All right, gotcha. Yeah, it's good to know what places to stay away from. I was happy when somebody put out a list of cities and towns in Texas that, you know, are very, because we have a lot of little racist towns in Texas. And the list was longer than I thought it was going to be. But it was nice that somebody put out a list. I got the Faith Guided Journal and the 3 Disney sticker books. Yeah, I knew you were probably going to get those Disney books because I know you love Disney. Yeah, I kind of want one of those new garden sticker books. I don't know if y'all saw flip throughs of them. It's because one has a lot of stickers of like vegetables and fruits. And I thought, man, I could really use those with my recipes. You know, Texas is, yeah, it's off the hook. I'm done with planner shopping for a while. Yeah, I didn't really want any planner stuff for myself, except I just thought about maybe getting that sticker book for my recipe planner. Um, and then I thought to myself, Sal, you have a Cricut machine. Print your own stickers of fruits and vegetables. So that was another thought that occurred to me. It was like, why even buy that? You could print your own all day, every day. Doesn't make me want to move to another state. Um, I live in San Antonio, so I learned with all the racist stuff that was going on this year that there were a lot more racist people in this city than I thought. And the sad thing was to learn that a lot of the racism was coming from other minorities here. Um, but I've lived here forever, and if for no other reason because of the weather that we have here, I can't live anywhere else. I can't be anywhere that has a real winter. I can't be anywhere that is very, very prone to natural disasters. And being in San Antonio, we don't really have that. Now, there are some Texas cities and some Texas towns that do get real winters, they do get snow. There are some Texas cities, especially the coastal ones, that deal with the hurricanes. We do get flooding bad here. That is an issue in this city, is heavy flooding. Um, but I don't think I could live anywhere else if for no other reason that whole weather thing. Like, I'm serious. I literally cannot be anywhere that has a real winter. Would not survive that. I would have to be working from home and never have to go out of the house. It would, and then I can't be anywhere with horrible rainy weather. That is depressive to me. I like the sun. We get plenty of sun here in Texas. We get a lot of heat that goes with it, but I don't mind heat. So I'm okay with that. I can say one good thing that came out of all of this are the racism, even the people that think they're. Yes, exactly. We see them now. And let me tell you what's so crazy about having so many minorities here, to find out how many of the minorities here were racist. If you come to San Antonio, it is predominantly Hispanic, and there's a lot of Hispanic people here that want to be a part of the Black culture. I'm going to put it that way. There are more Hispanic people here that say the N word than Black people. And I know that for a fact because it became known to me when I started teaching. And I was like, what? The students would do it all the time. And I'm like, what? So when all of that went down, and to hear all the negativity spewing from the mouths of some of the Hispanic people in San Antonio was like, are you serious? Y'all are the main ones wanting to be a part of our culture. Like, really? And then, literally, after all that went down with George Floyd and how they showed themselves, I don't know if y'all heard about that one soldier that got killed at Fort Hood, Texas. She was Hispanic. And then, oh, they all wanted us to be in support of them with that. Guess what? We support y'all, regardless of how y'all just talked all kind of mad trash over the last couple of months. We still support y'all in that. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, I was amazed. I was amazed because I didn't think that the racism amongst the Hispanics ran that deep for Black people in this city. I did not think it did. And I saw when all of that went down. California or Florida, oh, they have natural disasters, Angie. That's crazy because a good friend of mine is Mexican and he and his family couldn't stand San Antonio. They hated it there. I don't experience a whole. There are certain parts of this town that are very racist. I'm going to say that there are certain parts of the town that are racist. Yes, but it's predominantly Hispanic. I grew up around Hispanic people. I can deal with anybody. I don't care what your color is, as long as you act right. I don't care. I don't care what your color is. You just act right. I don't know. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't think so either, Angie. But it was just like it was used so much among the kids and mainly the Hispanic kids. And I'd be like, if I were to have written them up for every time they said it, I would be spending like the entire day writing up kids. Like that's what it would have been the whole day writing up kids. And I kid you not, the Hispanics here use that word more than Black people. They do. They do. They do. Yes, they did. You know what I told my mom when they showed that on the news that so many of them got fired? I was like, no, show their face. Let us see their face. Excuse me. I have a cousin who's stationed there. And then this is the thing too. After that one Hispanic girl died, I think there were like two more Hispanic people that soldiers that died there, and then an Asian guy. And I'm saying to myself, why are all these minorities dying at Fort Hood? What's really going on here? What's really going on here? And yeah, we supported our Hispanic uh, brothers and sisters in that fight for justice. We sure did. We support them because it was wrong what happened to that girl. And it didn't matter what color she was to me. It was wrong. But I did find it interesting that so many Hispanic soldiers died and then that Asian guy. I was like, what's up with that? What's up with that? So good. I'm at my last duty station. I will be retiring from here. Awesome. Thank you for your service. I couldn't do it. My older brother did, what was it, 23? I think 23 years in the Marine Corps. I don't know how he survived that. I still wonder that sometimes because he literally went in right after high school. That summer after high school, he was gone. Pew. Um, and he did 23 years. But he was already crazy before he became a Marine, so he fit just fine with them. Yeah. Wait. What are you saying, Nyleave? Yeah, I don't like anybody using the word. I don't like that at all. I really don't. And so I have to agree with Angie on that one. I don't think anybody should use it. I don't think so. And I'm going to say this, and I don't think all black people would agree with me, but I'm going to say it. I think our use of it has just kind of made other people think that it's okay. I'm just saying. I truly believe that. I don't think we should be using it at all. I mean, if we're so disgusted by the negative connotation that comes with it, why do we want to use it? That's how I feel about it. That's like when women call themselves the B word and all that, but then nobody else is supposed to call them that. You just called yourself that. You refer to yourself that. And me and my brother were talking about this the other day, something that I'm just not understanding, and I need somebody to help me understand it. I'm not understanding the use of the word savage right now. Why do you want to refer to yourself as savage? I don't get that one either. I don't get that one. No, I'm not going to call myself savage. No. And then we need to watch the words that we use, because words have power. You can speak some stuff into existence for yourself by the words that you use. That's why they say it, because it's like saying girl. Because I was trying to understand. I was sure trying to understand it. All right, good night, Nyleave. Yeah, I was trying to get it. I don't think I don't want to refer to myself as the B word or savage, because I know if somebody calls me that, it's gonna light a fire in me, because it would be disrespectful to me. And I surely don't take kindly to disrespect. Like, I really, really don't. Or the N word in our culture, like Brooke. But guys, say it more. Girls or women. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. And I know a lot of it too is more of the younger generations more than anything. And it's part of what they've known with the music and the stuff that they watch. That's what they've known. This is the language that they've seen and they've grown up with. Oh, Nyleave. It's okay. Yeah. And then two, when people say certain things to us, and sometimes it's the way that we react that gives them the power too. But I don't take kindly to disrespect. So I know if somebody called me out of my name, and I've had people do it. I had a student do it one time, call me the B word. And when I tell you, help me, Holy Spirit. It's amazing I didn't lose my job that day, because I don't take to disrespect like that. And then I have a coworker that has said, I don't take it personal when students say ugly things, because it's not about me and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that. But I don't care what kind of day a student is having. You don't have the right to disrespect me. And the way that I was brought up, I don't care if you're having your worst day ever. That don't mean you can take it out on me. That don't mean that you can disrespect me. And then even if they're doing it because they're having a bad day, if there is no consequence for that action, then it becomes, oh, I can just do this anytime I feel like it. And I can just blame it on, oh, I was having a bad day. No. How many bad days do I have as a teacher? But do you see me calling y'all out of y'all's names? No, you don't. No, you don't. So I don't come to work to be disrespected, and I don't come and disrespect you. And some of the students will act a plumb fool, and you just got to sit there and deal with it. And you can't even say what you want to say because then you're wrong, you know. But no, I had a student even last year called me a stupid bee. I'm like, what? And then a few weeks ago, a student was asking me, is it difficult for teachers to continue to teach a student when the student has disrespected them? I was like, yeah. I said, it's very difficult to turn around and have to still teach somebody that called you a stupid bee. And I told the student, I said, but you know what's even worse than having to continue to teach a student that disrespected you is to continue and sit there and teach a student that has lied on you. Because when that student lies on me, that is affecting my job. That is affecting my livelihood. That, and then depending on the lie that was told, that may be defaming to my character. And I have a serious problem with that. Now, that to me is the hardest, to turn around and still deal with a child that has lied on you. Do you want somebody to be on your mother or father's job and lie on them, and then they could possibly lose their job? Yeah, I've had it happen more than once. Um, and then one of the kids that lied on me turned around. They moved the kid out of my class. This was a couple of years ago. Moved the kid out of my class to another teacher, which I told them from the beginning he needed to be moved because he didn't have the skill level to be in the class that I was teaching. But they wouldn't move him. So after his lies, they moved him. And when that kid was still in need, I still let him come into my room, and I tutored him one afternoon. My students were so mad. Why did you help him? Why did you help him after he lied? And I was like, hey, I can be the better person. Lied and said that I was targeting him and losing all of his work. And I was just, because I had an issue with him personally. I don't have time to have a personal issue with y'all. My whole thing is come in here, be quiet, sit down, and do your work and learn something. That's all I ask. I don't have time to do all that. That takes energy. And it was so much of a blatant lie. There was no evidence to prove it. And they still excused all of this work that he didn't do, that he swears he did, and I lost. And then I told the administrator, I said, let's think about something here. I said, logically speaking, if I were to lose 10 assignments for one kid, I would definitely have lost an assignment for another child. So how is it that I just happen to not lose any work for anybody else? Mind you, I have a homework box that I had been using for years. The homework box has slots on it. Each class had a slot. I initial that you have your work done. They had a little paper in their notebook, and I would initial that their work was done. They would put the work in the slot. The box had a lock on it. Nobody could get in there but me, and I would only open it up when I was ready to grade. That way I wouldn't lose any papers. And I told the administrators, I said, well, if he did the work, tell him to show in his notebook where I signed for it, because that's my process. And of course, he couldn't show that I had signed for anything because he hadn't done anything. He hadn't done anything. And what hurt him even more, you lied on me. They finally moved you out of my class, but they moved you from my class where I gave you detailed notes all day, every day, to a class where you weren't getting any notes. And you were asking my students that were still enrolled in my class to share their notes with you. God don't like ugly. My mama always says that. God don't like ugly. So watch what you say, watch what you do, because that is going to come back and bite you every time. It's going to come back and bite you. So yeah, how do they say? Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Well, that's what he did, and then ended up having to come get some more food from me. Oh, it has been nothing short of interesting, Angie. Nothing short of interesting. Last year was a year of first for me. Anything and everything that I could have never imagined happened last year. It's amazing that I can even laugh about it, because it's just like, are we serious? Are we serious? Is this for real? I did. I need. Speaking of my blog, I need to get my blog fixed. My blog it has a software issue, or whatever you want to call it, some kind of issue right now, so it's not active. And I still haven't gone and gotten it active. And I'm paying for this blog every month. But anyways, I did a series on my blog a couple of years ago where I was talking about my experiences in the classroom. And the crazy thing was, as I would write those blog posts, I had to literally stop and say to myself, this really happened to you. Like, this is not just fiction. I literally, and it was like writing it was reliving it every time. And I've always said, I'm going to write a book. I swear I'm going to write a book. And only the names of the innocent shall be changed, which means a lot of people's names will be. Oh man, it has been nothing short of interesting. I always say it's never an uninteresting day. Never. Never, never, never. But hey, that's what it is. I don't know. But yeah, I'm ready for break next week. Um Ready for break. I've never worked so hard for nothing. I feel like I work hard for nothing. I seriously do. Um, there's so much work put on us now. Like, we're working harder than when we were in regular school. It's crazy. And those videos that we record, they don't get watched. Um, they they don't watch them. What they will do instead, they will, like I told y'all, that we do this little daily learning reflection with them. They will literally take the questions from our daily learning reflection. They will copy them, paste them into Google, and search for an answer before they will bother to watch the video that will give them the answer. Yeah, so this is our last week before break. So it's been crazy, and I'm a very detailed person, and so my videos tend to be long. Probably I would not be shocked if my videos are longer than any of the other teachers, because one, of what I teach, and two, because of all the detail that I put in everything. Um, but a part of me is like, let's start cutting back on how long we spend on this, because they're not being watched. What's the point in going on and on and on and on and on? Um, it's been crazy. And I really want to know what my students are doing all day, because I really think kids are just sleeping all day. I know for a fact some of them are, but I really think that's what the majority of them are doing all day. They're just sleeping. That's it. They're just sleeping. I saw on a teacher Facebook group today. Oh my gosh. I know I'm trying to remember what state it was. I think it was California. Um, this one district in California has decided that students will not get Fs. They will get, hey, Chris, they will not get Fs. They will get an incomplete, and they will have until, I want to say it was like February or March to make up the work. So, mind you, let me tell you what this means to a teacher. This means that all the work that a kid has not done up to now, they will be allowed to do until February, March. I don't remember what month it was. And that teacher will be expected to accept all said work from all this time and still grade it. And let me tell you what those kids in that district are going to do, because this is typically what happens. Those kids in that district, because they know they have until this deadline, February, March, whatever it is, they are going to literally wait until right then, and they're going to try and do all this work that they have not done. That's what's going to happen. They can do the work later. Our kids have until 8 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. to even be counted present for the day. All they have to do is breathe, pretty much. If they email us, they're counted present. If we talk to them, they're counted present. If they turn in something blank, they're counted present. They have all day to do it. 8 a.m. to 11:59 p.m. Right? And sometimes you will see that they're still doing that daily reflection, 12:04, 12:30 a.m., 1 something in the morning. You literally had almost a 24-hour period to just hit send and turn in something blank, and you still didn't get it done within that time frame. Like, it's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I don't know if I was telling y'all, but we've got a student. All of their work goes active at 8 o'clock in the morning. And we've got a student, it will be 8:02, 8:05. And this student literally will list in the learning reflection, no matter what the question is, I don't know, I don't have a clue, because I have 2 questions on there every day. I don't know, I don't have a clue. By 8:02, 8:05, you have not even watched my video to sit here and say, I don't know, I don't have a clue. But this is what the student does every single day. And so they have that learning reflection. That's mainly for attendance purposes. Then they have their assignments. Some of them will only do the learning reflection so they can be counted present, and they won't do any of the assignments. And one of my classes had a test yesterday. And so my daily reflection today was like, did you complete your test? If not, why not? One student said, no, I didn't receive a test. How did you not receive a test? The same test that was assigned to everybody else was assigned to you. How did you not know that there was a test? And so I responded, if you were to log in every day and check your work every day, you will see that there was a test and there are assignments that you should be doing on the regular. And I said, in addition to the test that you didn't do yesterday, you still have a test that you need to complete from 5 weeks ago. Please do both as soon as possible. When I literally tell you the first test I gave this grading period was 5 weeks ago. 5 weeks ago. To one of my classes. I emailed all the parents of that class because I know how that group is. I emailed all the parents. 3 parents responded to me, and their 3 kids did the test. No one else has done the test in 5 weeks, and they had another test yesterday. Last grading period, almost no one did test at all last grading period. Most of them didn't do test at all. Nobody's even doing tests. When the first test I gave last grading period, I had several kids say, I didn't know I had a test. Well, if you're not logging on every day, of course you didn't. If you're not watching the videos every day, of course you didn't know that there was a test. Of course you didn't know. So I started to email parents prior to the days that I'm going to give a test. And I kid you not, most parents don't even respond to the email. They don't respond. They're like that with a lot of the subjects, but really with the math. I teach every grade level on my campus. Algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, pre-cal. I teach all of that on my campus. So I deal with most of the kids. Now, there are some kids who take like self-paced math classes, and so I don't really interact with them. But yeah. But it just amazes me. There was one assignment that I gave a class yesterday. No, I gave it to them today, and it involves matrices. I don't know how many of y'all might remember that from high school, but I couldn't figure out in Google how to make the matrix. So I went into a Word document. It kind of helped me make the matrix, but it didn't give me the brackets that go around them. And then from past experience, I know that sometimes if you copy something and copy something from Word and put it into Google, all of the formatting will change. And I didn't want that to happen. I literally spent 1.5 class periods putting together 5 questions. It was only 5 questions. It took me a class period and a half. Class period's about 45 minutes. It took me all that time to put together 5 questions. And by the time I left work today, only 1 kid had done that assignment. My pre-calculus class, their book is very advanced. So I water it down as much as I can. And because I don't want to just give them the test from the book because it's too much, I literally type up every single one of their tests myself. I type them up myself. And I have to fight to get all of them to do the test. It's crazy. After a test, I'll still put in online for them. Hey, you guys, most of you didn't do your test. You need to go in and do your test, and they still won't do it. But if they're not watching the videos, they don't have a clue. That's what it is. They're not watching the video, so they don't know. They don't know. I said I could give them the secret to everything. I could give them my PIN number and my credit card number in the video, and nobody would use it because they don't watch. It's sad. It really is. But what can you do, right? What can you do? What can you do? And I was telling the administration that my main concern right now is that if they're not doing anything, how can I assess them? How can I truly know where they're at in their skills and in their understanding if there's nothing for me to assess? And then we're still going to have state testing. How do I prepare you for state testing if you're not even engaged in doing anything? Like, I know, like when I tell y'all they copy and paste, one of the teachers had a student copy and paste an entire article to answer a question that could have simply been answered. Like the stuff that they're copying and pasting, I know that they're getting it from the internet because one, they don't talk like that. That's not the language they use. That's not the vocabulary they use. And then two, it doesn't take this long drawn out passage to answer the simple question that I ask you. It doesn't take all of that. Like it doesn't. Like today, I was very shocked. And one of the questions that I asked was a true false question. And it was so obvious what the answer was. And almost every kid answered true, and the answer was false. I was like, how did they get that? Oh, they didn't watch the video. Some of them will just try to answer without even watching. I don't know. I have gotten scientific answers for mathematic questions. I have gotten answers that had to do with the internet for math questions because I asked about domain and they started telling me about the domain for a web page, not the domain, the mathematical domain. I don't know. It's and I had a student tell me, why do you make everything due early in the morning? You know, nobody's up. You know, everybody's still asleep. I couldn't even respond to it. I just laughed because I'm like, number one, you're an adult. I'm an adult. You're a child. You're the student. I'm the teacher. You don't tell me when to assign anything. Your job is to do the work. And that's not my problem if everybody's still asleep. Because guess what? If you were at school, you would have to be awake right now. So I'm just like, oh Lord, help us, Jesus. Help us. It's frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you can hear him. Of course you can. My tablet picks up every noise in the house, just like my phone does. So yeah, I'm hoping maybe after the break things will be better. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Oh man, like I'm telling y'all, I always say it. I can't make this stuff up. I cannot. And right now, it seems like across the country, kids are getting a pass because there's a pandemic and all kids can't do virtual learning. And I understand that. Oh, I do. But it's not like at the start of the school year, all of a sudden every kid went virtual. This happened before the last school year ended. And everybody knew it was a great possibility that it was going to be like this again. I'm just saying, you had time to acclimate yourself. If the teachers were just had to acclimate and adjust, why not everybody else? You think it was easy for us? No. We didn't get a pass. We had to adjust. We as teachers would be told, well, we knew this was a possibility. Well, everybody knew that this was a possibility. The pandemic didn't hit at the beginning of August. It was the end of last school year that all this happened. You know, we can't say that this is new for us. We knew this. We knew this was probably going to be the reality. And this is my thing. It's not like children are not getting instruction. It would be different if they were just handed something and made to try and figure it out on their own. That was all kinds of unnecessary. I don't care. Anyways, I'm sorry. But we knew this. We knew this was more than likely going to be the issue. And my thing is too, there was enough when we went virtual last year. Everybody should have been planning on how we were going to have to handle things if it was going to be the same way when this school year started. So everybody should have been ready and prepared. Everybody. I know some people say, oh, the kids need their interaction, blah, blah, blah. I get that too. There is Zoom. They can Zoom or Google Meet with anybody, anytime. A lot of people have, that's the only interaction a lot of people have with their friends and family right now. Oh, we can't navigate through the technology. Well, I can't learn online, but everybody learned TikTok dances over the summer online. I don't know. I can't do the technology, but you can navigate the internet to find your answer. You see what I mean? It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's teaching them responsibility. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, and then I told one group of kids, I said, I don't think y'all realize the advantage you have, the blessing that you have. I said, because we're required to pre-record these videos for you, you can always go back and watch something. It's always there. You can pause and play. It's not like you're in class. The teacher's got so much time, and once she's done, that's it. You can go back, pause and play. When you were in school regularly and you missed school, there was nothing for you. You just missed out. You just missed out on that day. Because you have a for you. I don't know. Somebody like me personally would be taking advantage of this situation. That's just me. I would be happy to be at home. I would be happy that I'm not in school with all the drama and the craziness of all other kids. I would be up, getting my stuff done and out of the way and enjoying the rest of the day to myself. That's just me. That's what I would be doing. Some teacher said it all about the responsibility of the student to get the work done in 10. It's good to hear my son was the person. Exactly. That's the way to do it, Kate. That's the way to. And I told my students, I said, y'all, if you think about the number of videos, because they have 8 videos a day, pretty much 8 videos a day. And some teachers, like when we do tests, we normally don't really do a video on that day if they have a test. Me and my brother, we calculated the time it would take them to watch the videos and the time to do their assignments, because they don't even get assignments from every class every day. They don't. And so we did a calculation, and I told them, I said, guys, you could spend 3 to 4 hours and you're done. Guess what? When you come to school, you're here all day. But you could spend 3 to 4 hours and be done for the day. 3 to 4 hours. You ain't got to get up and put on no clothes. 3 to 4 hours and you'll be done for the day. And then the assignments that I give, if I have to physically type up that assignment, because I've had to do that a lot, I'll try to give them no more than like about 5 problems. Then there's a website that I use for assignments, and I always have it set to not give more than 10 problems. And in addition to that, it lets you try the assignment as many times you need before my deadline. So if you go in there and you bomb it, and then you bomb it again, and you bomb it again, guess what? Score. Some kids take advantage of that. But then again, the downside to that is that some kids aren't studying. They're just keep trying it until they pass. And then the other downside to that is if I give them anything that's not on that site, they won't do it. So most of the assignments that I take my time typing up are the main ones that don't get done. Those are the main assignments that no one does. The ones that I spend the most time on, no one does them. Because they got used to, oh, this is multiple choice, and I can just keep trying it until I get a passing grade. And me personally, I don't like multiple choice with mathematics. I don't. It's too tricky. And I feel that there's nothing better than than just knowing what you need to know and being able to answer a question based on what you actually know as opposed to what you can guess. Because if you know it, guess what? You don't have to guess it. I don't know. I just think I'm very old school, and I don't know. And it's frustrating because we know that our main form of communication right now with most people is some kind of email or what have you. And then the communication isn't there the way that it needs to be with the parents. They're very unresponsive, and that makes it more difficult. But when I tell you it's something else. It really is. But and like one class, like I said, had that test yesterday. One kid did that test yesterday, and that kid did very well. When I checked by the time I left today, still none of the other kids in that class had done that test. And one kid, I answered, "Did you do your test?" "No." Like, okay. Thank you, Angie. Thank you. And that's the thing that I have been trying to stress the most. Because if the child is at home, I cannot regulate anything that's happening in that house. I surely cannot. I have no control over it. None. No control over it. So it's sad. It's sad in a lot of ways. It's frustrating in a lot of ways. Sometimes I get very angered by it. But I try to just try my best to let it go. But at the end of the day, and I even hate that phrase, but at the end of the day, a lot of things always fall back on the teacher. Always, always, always. Well, what did you do? And what could you do? And did you try this? And did you try that? And like, what more can we do sometimes other than do the work for them? I'm not going to do. Um, I had some kids complain about me a few weeks ago. They complained about me to another teacher, said I wouldn't help them with their test. She wouldn't even get on the board or anything to try and help us. And I'm like, number one, it's a test. I don't have to help you with a test. The test is to assess you, not to assess how I can help you. And they want you to do go assist them with every problem on a test. No, I'm not going to do that. That is not assessing you. It's not. Oh, I don't know. I that's something I don't get. Like, no one helped us on tests. Like, we might could raise our hand and ask a simple question, but to expect the teacher to do every single problem for you when I have review videos that match exactly what I put on your test, because that's how I do it. I decide these are the questions I'm going to put on my test. That's how I do it. I decide what I want the test to be first. And then I literally make the review video from that. And I do problems exactly like the ones I'm going to put on the test. Sometimes their review is broken up over 2 videos. And because everything is virtual, guess what? Who's stopping you from watching the review while you're doing the test? Nobody. Nobody's stopping you. Literally play the review while you do the test. I don't know. One student said, "No, I didn't do the test because I'm waiting to get help to do it." And then I was like, okay, I can understand that. But then my thought after that was like, so you just didn't even attempt it at all? You just didn't even attempt it at all. And I have students like that. They won't do any work unless somebody is helping them with it. They won't try it on their own at all. And it's like, oh. And my thing is, I don't mind helping you, but when you take the state test, I can't help you. I will not be able to help you. And if you don't learn to be an independent learner now, you're not going to be able to do that test on your own for the state. You're not. I don't even think some of our students realize that we cannot help you on the state test. Like, we can't help you. I don't know. Y'all keep praying for the teachers and the children, because I don't think education will ever be what it used to be. It's way far from what it was. And I don't mean that in a good way. Way far from what it was. Yep. I need to record something. No, I need to edit a video. Okay, I was like, wait a minute, what do I need to do? I need to edit a video. But yeah, that's where we're at with things. Oh. And I catch it a lot because I teach math. And I told a teacher last week, I said, why didn't I decide to just teach something different? Why? Oy, oy, oy. Yes, it is. So sad. So sad, Angie. It is. But I can only try my best. I can only try my best. So I don't know. We're gonna see where this year ends up. Yeah, I do. I do need to go edit a video myself. I filmed it last night, but um, well, I filmed two videos last night and I posted one today, but I was too tired to edit both of them last night. What am I having for dinner? Well, I ate a late lunch today. I wasn't hungry at lunchtime today, so I just ate a bag of chips. I came home. My brother had like tamales, rice and beans from Christmas party they had at work. So I ate some of that because I was really, really hungry when I got home. And that's heavy food. Tamales, rice, and beans. That's heavy food. So part of me doesn't want to eat anything else. But then I know what's going to be my issue in the morning. I'm going to be really hungry if I don't eat something else. So I don't know. I might try to snack on something small just to put something else in my stomach before I go to sleep. Or I might just fill myself up on some water instead. But we shall see. But I'm going to go ahead and get off. Like Kate said, I need to edit, and it's a planner. I don't know if you're still on. I mean, it's a budgeter. It's a what, oh God, I'm butchering the name. Lord Jesus. It's a budget. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining, Chris. It was good to see you on here as well. Speaking of Mexican food, I still need to get to your brother's barbacoa spot. I keep saying that, but I need to get there. But yes, thank you guys for joining. And y'all, this was episode, 97? We're almost about to hit 100 episodes. I really need to take time during the break to really plan our 100th episode. Yes, I will be doing Tuesday Talks next week. I sure will. I'll try not to stay on long because I know people are going to be getting ready for the holidays and stuff like that. But yeah, I will be back on next week as well. All right. It was so nice talking to you guys. As always, you guys really helped me get through the week with this live. Let me tell you. Woo, y'all don't even know. So thank you guys. And I will see y'all next week. Or rather, I'll probably see y'all Monday on Kate's Live. All right. Bye-bye.